This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good night, Shane Barker. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
Man, I'm doing absolutely awesome, man. Absolutely awesome.
Well, it's great to connect with you. What part of the world are you in right now?
I'm actually in California right now.
All right. It's really amazing how every time someone says California, I hear that Tupac song in my ears. Like
California love?
Yeah, immediately, yeah.
That's it. That's it. Well, he left an impact on you as he did on everybody here in California.
The power of branding, isn't it?
That's it.
Well, do tell us, which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time?
So it's actually funny. So I actually had one of my employees that is doing my podcast. My podcast is going live in another few weeks, and she was like, "Oh, you got to listen to this guy. You got to hear what he's doing. I think you'd be good to go on his show and to be interviewed." And I was like, "Oh, let me take a listen." I was like, "That sounds awesome." So I liked the vibe, and so I figured I'd reach out, and that's how we connected.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah, I love that. The power of a conversation. Yeah, I love that. So what's your podcast going to be called?
It's going to be Content That Converts. It's going to be about marketing and just anybody that puts out content and how they're converting leads or traffic or closing deals through, the content they put out there, whether it be videos or, I don't know, there's podcasts. I mean, there's, written content, blogs, anything like that. So we're just kind of like it. So it's on the marketing side of things.
All right. Well, I mean, where did you learn that skill from? And the skill I'll point out that I've heard since this conversation has started is that you are a strategist. Yeah.
I am a digital strategist for sure. I've been doing marketing and on the online space for 20 plus years now. So a little bit of time in the space, and it's obviously evolved over the last, last 20 years. Every year is something different. So it's been kind of cool. But it all started off just kind of, I've got my education, but really just started off from grinding online and really be intrigued by online presence and things that you can do online. And so I've just kind of been following that path here for the last 20 something years.
Oh, intriguing. Has it been fun?
It's been absolutely awesome. That's what I love about marketing. There's always something new. There's new platforms. There's, new clients, new things that are happening. There's always a different way to make money. So I kind of enjoy that.
So you are helping others that are in the online space make money as well through marketing. Is that clear?
Yeah, there's a number of different things we do, but absolutely. We have, I actually teach a course over at UCLA. It's a personal branding and how to be an influencer course. So what we do is we do both sides of the coin. I help influencers on how to be influencers and, be able to make it and monetize their business. And then we've got the other side of it where I go and help brands to find influencers and figure out how they're going to be able to work out some kind of a deal in negotiations.
Now, definitely the industry changes pretty quickly. Why would you continue to repeat the skill of what's necessary to continue in this industry?
That's exactly it. Yeah, and they say, the only constant is change, right? So that's kind of where we're at.
Love it. Well, do tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years.
Consistently, speaking. I've been doing, I've been kind of heavy in the speaker circuit the last 3 years. I've been hitting it real heavy, and this year I want to hit it even harder. So that's been a lot of fun, a lot to learn through that. Just the whole, a lot of people look at speaking and go, they'd rather, they're less afraid of being, of death than they are of speaking. So it was something that I wanted to overcome. And so last 3 years, I just kind of jumped myself and put myself on stage and wanted to see how I was going to do. And so far, it's been awesome.
So looking back from now to then, how does it make you feel?
Makes me feel awesome, man. In the beginning, I was, driven with anxiety and real nervous about getting up on stage, because you always think, you don't want to fall or have your zipper down or have anything crazy, right? You're kind of looking at this going, man, hopefully everything goes well. That's one of those deals. And now I look at it now and, I get a little bit of anxiety getting up on stage, but it's more of a rush now because it's, that you have expertise or knowledge that other people are going to want to hear about. So it gets exciting. So once you're able to share that, it's kind of like a gift for everybody.
Love it. Suggest to someone that's listening why they should take that anxiety, look it square in the face and do something that scares them.
Yeah, that's it, man. And with the speaking, you have to take on something that's going to challenge yourself. Because in life, we can all just do things and just kind of stay in that middle road. But for me, I've always wanted to kind of push the limits. Each day we can just continue in this normal life where we can kind of push ourselves a little bit. And I've always wanted to see, speaking I always felt like I had a pretty good mouth on me, right? A pretty good tongue. But I wanted to see if I'd be able to do that in front of a large large amounts of people and obviously have been favorable. So, once again, if you're hearing this, the thing is do something that you don't necessarily have to become a speaker, but do things that are a little bit outside your comfort zone, and continue to push yourself.
Love it. Where's the best place for someone that's listening to connect with you, Shane?
Yeah, anybody can get a hold of me at shane@shanebarker.com. That's my direct email, or you can go to my website, which is shanebarker.com.
Love it, Shane. Let's switch gears for a moment now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Shane, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Man, you know what? I was trying to think of this, and this is it's not a terrible childhood memory, but when I was kind of contemplating this, I actually remember, and this is terrible. My mom listens to this. I'm a mama's boy. Like, I love my mom more than anything, but I'm going to tell you a memory. I actually remember my mom. This probably wasn't my first memory, but it's one that's engraved in my head, kind of like Tupac's California Love Song is in yours. I actually went to go touch my mom's record player, which some of the people who are listening probably don't even know what a record player is, but I went to go touch the record player and my mom actually slapped my hand, which she was not a physical person at all. And I remember it totally rocked my core. I was like, oh my God, what did she just do? And she doesn't even remember. I'll bring it up in a joking manner because I don't even remember doing that. I was like, for me, it was just this huge impact. It was just kind of one of those memories that I remember. I don't know.
How old were you? How old were you in that memory?
And that's a good question, but I might have been, I would say maybe 3 years old, maybe 2 or 3, I would think.
So why do you think this one sticks out so clearly?
I think it was because my mom was such a loving person, and she just wasn't the type of person to be physical by any means. She was kind of a hippie, right? So I was raised by a counselor and a hippie, right? So, like a nurse. My mom was a nurse and my dad was a counselor, but they were old school hippies. So I think it was just, and I don't even think it was anything like she slapped my hand that hard. I think it was just more a little tap on my hand. But for me, it was very impactful because I had never seen, I've never really felt anything like that. Once again, it wasn't that big of a deal, but mentally it was a bigger deal because she tapped the top of my hand.
Yeah, she did something different. Oh, that's pretty cool. How do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
I think for me today is don't touch anybody's record player. That's what I would pretty much tell everybody out there. Don't touch somebody's record player when they've got Fleetwood Mac on there or something like that. You don't want to mess that up. So you want to keep your hands off the record player.
Yeah. Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind with that memory?
Please do.
Impact, my friend. Impact. Let's unpack the record player first. It's actually something where a needle, for those who are listening, it's the thing that transfers the sound of the record to the speakers, and it's so delicate. And to see that your mother instructed you that touching that at that particular time would influence it. So I love the digital strategy, if you would, in the entire matrix of what's occurring and what is needed to create impact. It's usually, and I'm not sure if you've experienced this, but the record, as huge as it is, requires something as focused and as small, a pin, if you would, a needle, to allow it to transfer the value that's in there. And her tapping you was just, hey, be careful, respect that. That's what I saw. Yeah.
I like it because that does. She probably told me 1,000 times before that not to touch it. So I was probably at 1,001 at that point. So it was probably warranted.
Oh, love it. All right. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
You know what? A song that I really enjoyed that was real impactful was, remember La Bamba by Richie Valens?
Yeah.
I saw the movie with my aunt. Yeah, it was such a good movie with, was it Lou Diamond Phillips, I think? God, I can't believe I remember that.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah, that had a big impact on me. I always I'm Irish, but the Spanish, I've always been real attracted to the Spanish lifestyle. And I remember seeing that, and it was kind of fun and seeing it. And of course, when he dies at the end, it was it crushed me as a 12-year-old. But it was awesome.
Yeah. Da, 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 da,
mm-hmm.
And it's really cool because I'm looking at your LinkedIn picture. And your hands are up, your two hands are like you're about to go into Lambada.
That was it. I was about to go into it. You should see the pictures after that.
Well, Shane, we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Shane, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Absolutely.
Are you married?
I am.
Do you have children?
One, yes.
Do they listen to the records? I'm joking. Do you believe in God?
I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I absolutely do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
I do not.
How about 3 hours a week?
Nope.
What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Oh, probably 8 hours a day at least.
All right. Shane, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Shane Barker, what would you say that is?
I don't know. I mean, I hate to be cliche, but I always be original and do what's true to your heart.
Love it. Love it. Shane, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I just want to thank you for the opportunity, man. I feel blessed. And like I said, if anybody wants to reach out, please reach out to me anytime.
Love it. Shane Barker, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazel Enterprise.